the fire services had to utilize a excavator there to actually bring down the roof, and that was necessary in order to put out the flames.
Yeah. So, do you mind just like what's going through your mind at that time? Like, just you're seeing this, you're seeing the blaze.
Well, I've been here for 30 years, and I mean, this industry has dealt with many crises, and I got to tell you, this is the most devastating.
Well, I mean, it's a tremendous sport, and just, you know, I love the game. I love racing, and so many good memories, and just, you know, just what it did in the community here. It was a great entertainment, a great show, great place to go, great place to meet people. Harness horse people are some of the best people in the world, down to earth, salt of the earth people, fantastic people. And just, you know, the people, the camaraderie, those are the things that, that mean the most to me. People in harness racing are all salt of the earth, friendly, you know, and it was a great game, a great sport, and just a lot of fun to be around.
Live from the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, Rideau Carleton Raceway embarks on its 62nd year of racing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rideau Carleton Raceway this Thursday afternoon, September 5th. Post time is coming up at 4 p.m., about 20 minutes from now. We've got a strong card of 9 live races from the nation's capital. A few changes that we'll pass along to you. And it's a perfect afternoon for racing with a fast track, clear conditions, 26 degrees Celsius out or 73 Fahrenheit. Winds are from the south-southeast at 15 kilometers an hour, 9 miles per hour. Humidity is at 49%. In race 1, there's an equipment change on the 1. DG's Tesla add blinkers to the 1 in race 1. There are no changes in races 2, 3, or 4. In race 5, take note, there is not a pick 3, there is the pick 5. That's offered in race 5. No pick 3, but that is where the only pick 5 begins in race 5. In race 6, the pick 5 should be changed to a pick 4. Make it a pick 4 beginning in race 6, not a pick 5. In race 7, there is no pick 4. There is a pick 3. In race 7, make it the beginning of a pick 3. No pick 4 in race 7. In race 8, remove the pick 3 and add a daily double. The late double begins in race 8. Race 9 is the last race of the card. There were 2 changes, one of them a scratch of the 2 Woodmere Macarena, a judge's scratch retention, and an equipment change on the 3, Wrangler Cash, going from blind bridle to Pelling pacifier. That's all our changes so far on this Thursday afternoon at Rideau Carleton Race Day, number 44 of the 2024 meet. We've got some exciting matchups coming up, some horses who are returning after a Sunday qualifier, and they're returning to the top class preferred handicap trot. So that should be very exciting coming up later today. That's in race 4. We're welcoming back Duke La Victoire and welcoming newcomer, the Great Emotion, to the preferred handicap trot. We're about 16 minutes away from race 1, which features exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early daily double wagering. The current favorite at odds of 4 to 5 is the 1, DG's Tesla, who does have that bridle change, adding blinkers for trainer-driver Stéphane Pouliot. Others getting attention here include the 2 best girl in town for Trainer driver Melanie Plourde, getting some post relief. She's 3-1 at the moment. And the 5, Senorita I Am, coming in for Jean-Francois Maguire and Pascal Berube after back-to-back victories here for Samuel Fillon. 9-5 at the moment. That's the 5, Senorita I Am. For those visiting the track this afternoon, just a reminder, there were some areas fenced off due to electrical work taking place, so it's best to avoid those areas and still enjoy the races. We still have the picnic tables available and access to the winner's circle. We're about 13 minutes away from post time for race 1 today at Rideau Carleton. Just a reminder of our Tammy Forgy handicapping contest here at the track on Saturday evenings, including our upcoming Saturday night, September 7th. The jackpot has been building in the free-to-play, on-track only handicapping contest. I believe it's up to $700 now. So it's worth checking out in the Trackside Simulcast Lounge. Again, you must be here on track at the Simulcast Lounge to play Tammy Forgy's On Track Saturday Night Handicapping Contest. I'd also like to congratulate the winner of our Colville Cup, Jeff Taylor, the winning driver of the 2024 edition of the Colville Cup Driving Challenge, which took place here on Sunday evening. It was a great competition, and there was a handicapping contest as well, and another on-track handicapping contest with a $1,000 cash prize, and that went to Marion Lazo. So congratulations to him. Taking a look at race 1 today from a handicapping point of view, I agree with the public who have made the 1, DG's Tesla, the 4-5 favorite. This mare was second over 5th following Bet I'm Shady into the second turn here last Thursday. She went 3 wide around the retreating cover of Bet I'm Shady on the backstretch, lost some ground, and then rallied late, closing in the field's fastest last quarter, 29-1. She was not far behind the winner that race, who happens to be in this race as well and currently 2-1 on the board. It's the 5, Senorita I Am. Senorita I Am bided her time behind DA Cinnamon Crunch and GA Speed Matrix. They were in an early battle here last Thursday. Then Senorita I Am came first over from third on the last turn after Bet I'm Shady backed down near 3/4. It was a tight battle to the wire, but Senorita I Am pulled ahead of GA Speed Matrix at the wire and also held off DG's Tesla. From post 7 at 8-1 at the moment, GA Speed Matrix is another to consider. It was a strong debut for trainer-driver Guy Gagnon. This mare showed a couple of moves. She overtook DA Cinnamon Crunch past the opening quarter here last Thursday and was leading the way into the stretch before getting stung at the wire. At 8-1, that's the 7, GA Speed Matrix. We have another event coming up in the near future here at Rideau Carleton. On Thursday, September 12th, it's National Caretaker Appreciation Day. And I understand there will be some special thank yous for the caretakers of horses racing here at Rideau Carleton. We need to appreciate them every day, but it's great that there is an annual day and an event to celebrate the hard work of people working with the standardbred race horses. For those just tuning in to Rideau Carleton or just joining us on track, a reminder that there is a change, actually a few changes to the wagering menu because we are offering a 9-race card today. So it's worth mentioning again that in race 5, there will be no pick 3, and race 5 will be the beginning leg of the pick 5. In race 6, we are adding a pick 4, and there will not be a pick 5 in race 6. In race 7, make it a pick 3 instead of a pick 4. That's kicking off in race 7. And then in race 8, there will be no pick 3, but there is a daily double.
freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best freaking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling alright.
We're about 4 minutes away from race 1 here at Rideau Carleton this Thursday afternoon. We have a shift in the win pool. The current favorite at 6-5 odds is the 2 best girl in town. She's got 4 wins this season and a mark of 156-4 taken here. She's moving back inside after having post 6 and 7 in her last couple of starts. She's also been facing the boys in a number of those races, having to deal with the likes of Beach Roller, Bad Apple, and Lisbon Sealster. So, best girl in town from post 2 has a few advantages here. It's a strong field of 7, and some are being overlooked. We have co-second choice horses at the moment, with the 1, DG's Tesla, and the 5, Senorita I Am, coming in off a strong race here on August 29th. They both hit the board in a very competitive finish, which also involved the 7 today, GA Speed Matrix, who was a beaten favorite that race for trainer-driver Guy Gagnon, who also owns this mare. The post is a bit of a disadvantage. She's got post 7 here today. That probably explains the 13-1 odds on the 7 GA Speed Matrix. 2-1 in the morning line, it should be added, but just 1 win this season so far in 15 starts. It was a very good front-end effort last Thursday for Guy Gagnon and GA Speed Matrix. The Race 1 Post Parade should be coming on track shortly here at Rideau Carleton. There's Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and early daily double wagering available. Once again, the only change in Race 1 happens to be that bridle change on the 1, DG's Tesla, adding blinkers. For those playing the early double, there are no changes in Race 2. The fillies and mares are approaching from the backstretch for the Race 1 post parade. And the post parade is now on track for Race 1. These pacers are fillies and mares, non-winners of $20,000 lifetime, with non-winners of a race this year allowed $3,000. Also eligible, $20,000 claimers for non-winners of $35,000 lifetime. They race for a purse of $6,200. One is DG's Tesla, owned by Daniel Soupranon with Guylain Fortin and Imagine Stable, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Note the equipment change, DG's Tesla adding blinkers. 2 is Best Girl in Town, owned, trained, and driven by Melanie Plourde. 3 is DA Cinnamon Crunch, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Ryan Guy. Four is Red Carpet Ready, owned and trained by Jeffrey Davidson, driven by Jacques Baudouin. 5 is the current 3-2 favorite, Senorita I Am, owned by Jean Allaire with trainer Jean-Francois Maguire, driven by Pascal Berube. 6 is Bet I'm Shady, owned by Hut Racing Stable, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. And completing this field from post 7, GA Speed Matrix, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon Incorporé, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. That's your field for Race 1. Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and early daily double wagering. We're focusing on the 5, Senorita I Am, currently 3-2 favorite. She bided her time last Thursday here behind DA Cinnamon Crunch and GA Speed Matrix, as they had a duel on the first turn. She came on first over from third on the last turn after Bet I'm Shady backed down near 3/4. Senorita I Am drew ahead of GA Speed Matrix at the wire. She's a strong contender here with back-to-back Rideau Carleton victories, both for Samuel Filyaw, who's not driving here today, but certainly another one of the excellent drivers in our colony is Pascal Berube, and he takes the lines today. Senorita, I am 8-5 right now. She took her 155-2 lifetime mark here last Thursday. It's a competitive field of 7 filly and mare pacers in race 1 coming up very shortly. They will be going behind the gate soon to kick off this 9 race card. The starter has called the race 1 field. Final chance to play race 1 at Rideau Carleton, including the early daily double, which kicks off here. The fillies and mares are lining up. The 1 is DG's Tesla for Stéphane Pouliot. 2, Best Girl in Town, Melanie Plourde. 3, DA Cinnamon Crunch, Ryan Guy. 4, Red Carpet Ready, Jacques Baudouin. 5, Senorita I Am, Pascal Berube. 6, Bet I'm Shady, Jimmy Gagnon. And on the outside is 7, GA Speed Matrix for Guy Gagnon. They're on the turn with Best Girl in Town and DA Cinnamon Crunch hanging back a little behind the others. They're on the back stretch, all in line. On a break, that's DA Cinnamon Crunch. They're off and pacing, leaving from the inside. That's DG's Tesla striding out. Also Best Girl in Town keeping with her and making it a 3-high battle early. That is Bet I'm Shady moving on the outside. They're going to settle into single file order. However, DG's Tesla on the front end by 2 lengths for Stéphane Pouliot over Best Girl in Town. Taking back to follow from third is Bet I'm Shady. They head past the opening quarter in 28 flat, led by DG's Tesla, who's now about a length and a half ahead of Best Girl in Town. Tightening up from third, Bet I'm Shady. It's a couple of lengths back to fourth. Senorita I Am stepping out first over from fifth. Here comes GA Speed Matrix. Following that cover, second over from last is DA Cinnamon Crunch, and caught inside Red Carpet Ready is getting the shuffle to last. best as the field heads past the half in 58 and 2, a 30 and 2 second panel for DG's Tesla, freewheeling by a couple of lengths on the front end as the field is on the backstretch once again. Sitting second, that is Best Girl in Town. First over from third now. That's a move from Bet I'm Shady, who was flushed out by the advancing backfield, including GA Speed Matrix, who looks to go 3 wide now as they go past 3/4 in 1:26 and 1. Under urging, DG's Tesla maintaining her lead for Stefan Pouliot as the stretch looms ahead. DG's Tesla is being tested. Here comes GA Speed Matrix on the outside, up the inside, Best Girl in Town. She needs the wire. DG's Tesla also coming on late, Senorita I Am, and Senorita I Am over GA Speed Matrix. DG's Tesla and Best Girl in Town in 1:55 and 2. Another great battle to the wire. And another tight decision at the finish among similar players from last Thursday. Unofficial Race 1 results are now posted. 4 to 5 favorite, number 5, Senorita I Am, the race winner for Pascal Berube. Finishing second was 7, GA Speed Matrix. Third was the 1, DG's Tesla, ahead of 2, Best Girl in Town, fourth. Hold all tickets, results remain unofficial. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial Race 1 winner, number 5, Senorita I Am, a 4-year-old bay mare by Keystone Velocity out of Diva Delight, owned by Jean Allaire of Montreal with trainer Jean-François Maguire of Saint-Marie, Quebec. Senorita I Am was bred by Daniel Martin of Saint-Bernard-Nord, Quebec. Driven to victory by Pascal Berube. That's the third straight win at Rideau Carleton for Senorita I Am, and she equals her lifetime best of 1:55 and 2. Race 1 results are now official. Prices are now posted for Race 1. 5 Senorita I Am returns $3.70 to win. The $2 exactor 5-7 combination pays $20.70. The $1 triactor 5-7-1 combination returns $32.70, and the $1 superfecta 5-7-1-2 pays $86.55. The Race 1 rundown is now posted. 1. DG's Tesla finished 3rd. 2. Best Girl in Town was 4th. 3. DA Cinnamon Crunch was 7th. 4. Red Carpet Ready finished 5th. 5. Senorita I Am was a winning 4-5 favorite for Pascal Berube. 6. Bet I'm Shady finished 6th. And 7. GA Speed Matrix was 2nd. From the top down, your program should read 3-4-7-5-1-6-2. The fractions were 28 seconds to the opening quarter, 58 and 2 at the half, 126 and 1 at 3/4, 155 and 2 the winning mile for Senorita I Am. Another exciting finish among this group of fillies and mares. There's the 5, Senorita I Am, finishing just ahead in front of the 7, GA Speed Matrix. And then not far behind her in 3rd is the 1, DG's Tesla. Race 2 is coming up next with Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 4 wagering. It's the second leg of the early daily double, a field of 5 mare pacers, and sure to be quite an exciting one. Some of Canada's fastest on a 5/8 mile track this year. The post parade is approaching the track for race 2. My suggested Pick 4 ticket is posted. 20-cent base wager. Going 3 deep in each of the first races in this Pick 4. Our first Pick 4 of the card. We'll introduce the players shortly as they are now coming on track for the Race 2 post parade. Here comes the post parade for race 2. These fillies and mares are non-winners of $6,000 in their last 5 starts. Also eligible $20,000 claimers and not listed preferred pacers who draw outside. That's the 4 and 5 with posts assigned. The purse is $8,000. One is DA Temptation, owned by PL Yvon Mondu, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Two is Sobel Amber, owned, trained and driven by Michel Lagacé. Three is Raptors 1, owned by Bruno Lepage, trained by Daniel Delude, driven by Pascal Berube. 4 is the current 6-5 favorite, Speaker Nancy, owned by Jamie Copley with the Ottawa Bob Racing Stable, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Robert Shepard. And completing the field from post 5, Anna's Wish, owned by Sylvain Cote, trained by Robert Bernicki, driven by Marie-Claude Auger, and now the 1-2 favorite. That's your field for race 2. Once again, Exactor, Triactor, and Superfecta wagering available here, and race 2 also marks the beginning of our first of 3 pick 4s on this 9-race card. I used 3 mares in my ticket for the pick 4 in this opening leg. The 5, Anna's Wish, the 4, Speaker Nancy, and the 3, Raptors 1. Taking a look at the contenders in race 2, 5, Anna's Wish and Marie-Claude Auger retreated to last in last Thursday's start from the same post at this track. Anna's Wish went 3 wide on the final turn and closed in the field's fastest and card's co-fastest last quarter of 28-1. Anna's Wish pulled past Speaker Nancy by a half length at the wire. Speaker Nancy has post 4 today. She was first over from third along the backstretch Thursday for Robert Shepard and got stung in deep stretch by Anna's Wish. Speaker Nancy prefers a front-end trip. She's still Canada's fastest aged pacing mare on a 5/8 mile track this season in Canada, courtesy of that 151-4 victory at Rideau Carleton on July 4th for Speaker Nancy. Raptors 1 is the 3. She's 6-1 on the board. She wired at a lower classification here last Thursday, and now she's up in class. That was her first ever Rideau Carleton victory. She was a winning favorite by 2 lengths over Going Yard, and definitely deserves the class jump here. Pascal Berube, her regular driver, is in the bike and looking to go back-to-back after winning race 1 with Senorita I Am. For those playing this early pick 4, kicking off in race 2, there are no scratches or driver or equipment changes in this sequence, kicking off in race 2. Anna's Wish from post 5 is still the favorite at odds of 3-5, but I don't think it's as clear-cut as that necessarily. Speaker Nancy, the 4, can be very tough on the front end. Raptors 1 stepping up in class after her first Rideau win. Also a winner with a front-end trip. Could make it interesting for the strong closer, Anna's Wish. They will be lining up very shortly. This is your last chance to get involved in the early pick 4 or any other wagers on Rideau Race 2. The starter has called the field. They're lining up now. 1 is DA Temptation for Guy Gagnon. 2, Sauble Amber, Michelle Legacy. 3, Raptors 1 for Pascal Berube. 4, Speaker Nancy, Robert Shepard. On the outside, 5, Anna's Wish for Marie-Claude Auger. The mares are on the turn. They're on the backstretch and quickly approaching the start. They're off and pacing. Everyone leaving except Raptors 1, who settles behind them at the back of this 5-mare field. DA Temptation taking the early lead for Guy Gagnon, and coming at her on the outside, Anna's Wish, and she got a little bit steppy there, but she's persisting. First over for Marie-Claude Auger. On the inside third, that's Sauble Amber. They head past the quarter in 27 7-2, a brisk enough first panel. And up front, we have a new leader as Anna's Wish clears DA Temptation to make front in front of the grandstand. Third is Sauble Amber. Fourth, Speaker Nancy. And trailing is Raptors 1. They're single file going into the second turn with an uncharacteristic front end position for 1-2 favorite Anna's Wish, who leads the way to the halfway point, 56-1. The clocking in the pocket, that's DA Temptation. Still third, Sauble Amber. Here comes the first over move from fourth by Speaker Nancy, and following that cover from fifth is Raptors 1. Along the backstretch, there's 3 in and 2 out, heading to 3/4 with Anna's Wish still leading over DA Temptation. Advancing on the outside, though, Speaker Nancy is up to the sulky wheel in second, putting DA Temptation third on the inside. They go by 3/4 in 1:24-1, looking to go 3 wide from the back. Raptors 1, and they're still led by Anna's Wish down the stretch for Marie-Claude Auger on the front end. Up the inside, DA Temptation coming on. Still first over, Speaker Nancy coming widest of all. Here's Raptors 1. It's going to be a tight one between Speaker Nancy, Anna's Wish, Raptors 1. It may have been Raptors 1 in the final surge, getting past Anna's Wish there. 1:53-4. I think we're going to need a win picture. Another tight battle to the wire with Anna's Wish on the lead, but coming widest of all, Raptors 1, getting up late, just ahead of Speaker Nancy there. It's between Raptors 1, the 3, and the 5, Anna's Wish. Unofficial results are now posted for race 2. Holding on was the 5, Anna's Wish, the 1-2 favorite for Marie-Claude Auger. Just missing with that late surge was the 3, Raptors 1. Finishing third was 4, Speaker Nancy. Just ahead of fourth place, number 1, DA Temptation. Results are still unofficial. Hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winners Circle. Unofficial Race 2 winner, number 5, Anna's Wish. A 4-year-old bay mare by Lazarus out of Keystone I Wish. owned by Sylvain Cote of Joliet, Quebec, bred by John McGill of Albion, Indiana, trained by Robert Bernicki, driven to victory by Marie-Claude Auger, 153-4, the third straight win for Anna's Wish. And results are now official. Five, Anna's Wish pays $3 even to win. The $2 exactor, 5-3, returns $19.50. The $1 try, 5-3-4, we'll get back to. That $2 early double, 5-5, pays $6 even. The triactor, $15 for the $1 5-3-4 ticket, and $50.65 for the $1 Superfecta 5-3-4-1 ticket. The race 2 rundown is now on your screens. 1, DA Temptation was 4th. 2, Sauble Amber 5th. 3, Raptors 1 was 2nd. 4, Speaker Nancy 3rd. And 1-2 favorite number 5, Anna's Wish, the race winner for Marie-Claude Auger. From the top down, your program should read 4-5-2-3-1. The fractions were 27-2 to the opening quarter, 56-1 at the half, 124-1 at 3/4, 153-4. The winning mile for Anna's Wish. Race 3 is coming up next. Exactor, Triactor, Pick 3, and Superfecta wagering. No changes in race 3. the favorite at this point from the rail, Flying Art for Macy Castle Smythe and Robert Shepard back in the bike after Flying Art was part of the Coville Cup races on Sunday night with a roster of rising driving talent at Rideau Carleton. I'm using Flying Art in my ticket. I think 7 What's in the Esky at 19-1, maybe a little overlooked here. It's not the winningest post position, that's for sure, but he has some history around this time of year and a number of other things working in his favor, which I'll explain after the post parade. The 3, Geisha's Treasure, at 8-1 at the moment, is another I'd be watching closely. Finishing second Sunday in Coville Cup competition for catch driver Antonio Vecchio. Jimmy Gagnon back in the bike on Geisha's Treasure, who was a good second and seems to be approaching a victory soon. Our next pick 4 kicks off in race 4. Race 3 pacers are approaching the track at the moment. We do have a pick 3 beginning here. I use the 7, 3, and 1 in this leg of the early pick 4. The race 3 post parade is now coming on track. These pacers are non-winners of $400 per start in their last 10, with non-winners of a race this year allowed $100 and allowances for fillies and mares. The purse is $6,100. Now coming on track is the favorite. At odds of 3-5 at the moment, it's 1 Flying Art, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Robert Shepard. Two is 88 Fingers Louie, owned by trainer-driver Ryan Guy with Sharon Christie. 3 is Geisha's Treasure, owned by trainer Vic Putty with Limco Incorporated. Jimmy Gagnon drives. 4 is Candid Cameron, owned by driver Clark Stacy with trainer Kara Stacy. 5 is Darker Shade of Pale, owned by Keith Castle, trained by Macy Castle Smythe, driven by Pascal Berube. 6 is Red Cape Party, owned, trained, and driven by Richard Simard. 7 is What's in the Esky, owned and trained by Melanie Plourde, driven by Stéphane Pouliot. And completing this field from post 8, it's Curious Cortez, owned and trained by Pierre-Marc Longpré, driven by Guy Gagnon. That's the field for race 3, headed behind the gate shortly. And kicking off a pick 3 sequence. There's also exactor, triactor, and superfacto wagering here. The consistent favorite has been the rail horse here, Flying Art, now on screen, who gets post relief after racing second last to the half here Sunday. He followed Geisha's Treasure from second over the remainder of the mile. He's up in class, but he's the 3 to 5 favorite, and he has Robert Shepard in the bike, which may help his prospects here. He's 0 for 6 so far this season, but moving down the class ladder a little bit. Flying Art, lots of support. He's up in class relative to where he's been lately. I think he's a horse with some back class to him, Flying Art, with that lifetime mark of 150 flat. He's now 8 years old. We'll see if he gets his first seasonal win today. He certainly got the support. I'm going with the class dropping number 7, What's in the Esky, who's 15 to 1. And drifting up for driver Stéphane Pouliot. He wired at odds of 24 to 1 on September 3rd, 2023. That was on a class drop. This season, he trailed the 3/4 on August 25th here and came home in the field's fastest last quarter of 28 and 2. I think the 3, Geisha's Treasure, has some upside here as well. He brushed first over from 5th on the backstretch Sunday and gained ground down the stretch, closing in the field's fastest last quarter of 28 and 3. Another to consider on the driver change would be the 5, Darker Shade of Pale, who picks up Pascal Berube here, who already has 1 win and 1 near win in 2 races so far today. The 5, Darker Shade of Pale, trailed early Sunday and was 3rd over from last on the backstretch, 3 wide on the final turn with a mild late bid. She is up in class, but gets some post relief here. She had post 7 on Sunday, so it's a quick turnaround. Another participant in the 2024 Coville Cup, Darker Shade of Pale, had driver Claude LaRose, and now going to the drummer, Pascal Berube. She does have a win here, this meet, a 1:56 and 2 victory. If you're playing the pick 3 that kicks off here in race 3, there are no changes regarding equipment or drivers or scratches in this or the next 2 races. The starter has called the field for race 3. Last chance to wager as they go behind the gate. 1 is Flying Art for Robert Shepard. 2, 88 Fingers Louie, Ryan Guy. 3, Geisha's Treasure, Jimmy Gagnon. 4, Candid Cameron, Clark Stacy. 5, Darker Shade of Pale, Pascal Berube. 6, Red Cape Party, Richard Simard. 7, What's in the Esky, Stéphane Pouliot. And on the outside, it's the 8, Curious Cortez for Guy Gagnon. They're lining up with 88 Fingers Louie and Darker Shade of Pale, last to get in position on the turn. They head on to the Rideau Carleton backstretch for the start of race 3. They're off and pacing, and everybody leaving except Darker Shade of Pale. They're battling 4 wide early. Red Cape Party wants the front, and he is moving ahead of Candid Cameron to get there first. Candid Cameron is caught wide behind Flying Art, who moves into pocket position 2 lengths behind the leader, Red Cape Party, as they reach the opening quarter with Richard Simard in command. 26-4, fastest of the day so far for Red Cape Party, leading by just over a length over Flying Art, who's second, just ahead of 88 Fingers Louie. Back in fourth is Candid Cameron on the cones. Now advancing past him, first over into fourth, that's What's in the Esky, and he's out there on the turn, moving into third, chasing Red Cape Party to the halfway point, and he gets there in 57-2. Red Cape Party is now being confronted by first over challenger on the outside. That's 88 Fingers Louie moving past, and stepping out from third, Flying Art is on the move now, up into second from first over. Shuffled back to third is Red Cape Party. It's a gap back to fourth. It's an advancing What's in the Esky on the inside with nowhere to go in fifth. Candid Cameron coming from further back. Darker Shade of Pale, 125 and 1 3/4 at the back of the field. Curious Cortez, not today. Geisha's Treasure also not a factor at the moment. Leading down the stretch, 88 Fingers Louie and Ryan Guy have a 3-length advantage. Flying Art is not going to catch him. 88 Fingers Louie gets the win ahead of Flying Art. Coming on for show, that was Darker Shade of Pale ahead of What's in the Esky, 154-3. Unofficial results are now posted for race 3. 2, 88 Fingers Louie gets the win for Ryan Guy. Finishing second was the 6-5 favorite, number 1, Flying Art. Closing for show, 5, Darker Shade of Pale. And fourth was 7, What's in the Esky. Hold all tickets. Results are still unofficial. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial race 3 winner, number 2, 88 Fingers Louie. A 9-year-old bay gelding by Mach 3 out of St. Lad's Moxie. Owned, trained, and driven by Ryan Guy. Co-owned with Sharon Christie of South Mountain, Ontario. 88 Fingers Louie was bred by Denarbin Stables of Thornhill, Ontario. That's his second win this season and his fastest. 1:54 and 3, 88 Fingers Louie. Race 3 is now official. Two, 88 Fingers Louie pays $6.60 to win. The $2 exactor, 2-1 pays $18.90. It's $58.40 for the $1 triactor, 2-1-5. The $1 superfecta, 2-1-5-7 pays $241.40. The race 3 rundown is now on your screens. 1, Flying Art, finished second as beaten 6-5 favorite. 2, 88 Fingers Louie, the race winner for Ryan Guy. 3, Geisha's Treasure was 6th. 4, Candid Cameron, 8th. 5, Darker Shade of Pale was 3rd. 6, Red Cape Party, 7th. 7, What's in the Esky, 4th. And 8, Curious Cortez, 5th. From the top down, your program should read 216-837-45. The fractions were 26 and 4 to the opening quarter, 57 and 2 at the half, 125 and 1 at 3/4, 154 and 3 the winning mile for 88 Fingers Louie. Our Thursday feature is coming up next in race 4. It's the preferred handicap trot, a field of 6 going for a purse of $10,000. The early favorite from post 4, 1-2 at the moment, is Cassandra Lecourt's The Great Emotion, making his Rideau debut for driver Pascal Berube, who has hit the board in every race so far today. The Great Emotion coming in off back-to-back qualifiers for Ryan Guy. Ryan Guy, of course, staying loyal here to the 6 War We Exalt with a couple of wins at this level in his last 2 starts. So we have a pick 4 starting here in race 4, and I don't see one horse who dominates in this group. I was not using the Great Emotion in my ticket, which could be a mistake. I think 6 War We Exalt is a must-use with 7 wins this season, including most of them at Rideau Carleton at this level. Emmatown Bud is coming back after finishing 3rd as beaten favorite last Thursday at this level. The 5 Black Tie Bash is a consistent superfecta horse at this level. Hasn't had a win since going back 3 starts to August 8th from off the pace. He's a known closer. And the 2, Duke La Victoire, lots of back class to this one. Past Rideau Preferred Handicap winner, and he's coming in off winning a qualifier here on Sunday over the Great Emotion. Marie-Claude Auger picking up the drive on Duke La Victoire. In race 5, I'm going 3 deep with more trotters here. The 1, Eyes of Justice, 4, Ciel Bleu, and 2, the class-climbing Cleveland Massimo, coming in off a going-away victory. In race 6, I see this as the 6, Love My Rockin' Birds, race to lose. I think he likely wins and will be quite tough doing so with Guy Gagnon driving. The 1 I see possibly posing the upset is 5, Party Vibes for Marie-Claude Auger. And then in the last leg, race 7, it looks like I singled Hatikva. I would actually change that and use the 1, Mask of Zorro there, or maybe the 4, Ms. Franny. It's a little tougher in race 7. But if you single a horse in the last leg of that pick 4, it will still cost you $4.80 for that 20-cent base wager ticket. We do have a few changes on the wagering menu mentioned earlier that I'll mention again, just some reminders. We have 9 races, not 10 today. So in race 5, we're dropping the pick 3 and adding a pick 5. In race 6, there is no pick 5, it's a pick 4. In race 7, add a pick 3, drop the pick 4. And in race 8, there's a daily double, but no pick 3. Once again, for that pick 4 ticket that's now posted on screen in race 7, I would not single the 2, Hatikva. That's my mistake. I would single the 1 Mask of Zorro most likely, or if you're more of a risk taker, I would go with the 4 in race 7, Ms. Franny. And thank you to Graphics for that. The preferred trotters are approaching the track for the post parade. And the post parade is on track for our Thursday feature, race 4, the preferred handicap trot, with a purse of $10,000. Leading the post parade is 1 Meadow Branch Noble, owned by Jamie Copley, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. 2 is Duc La Victoire, owned by Suzanne La Victoire, trained by André Lachance, driven by Marie-Claude Auger. Current co-favorite at odds of 2-1. That's number 3, Emmatown Bud, owned by Nicole Beauvais-Gertner, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. From post 4, it's the 2-1 co-favorite, The Great Emotion, owned by trainer Cassandra Lecourt, driven by Pascal Berube. 5 is Black Tie Bash, owned by driver Robert Shepard, trained by Isabelle Darvaux. Completing the field from post 6, Warrawee Exalt, owned by trainer Patrick Dillon with Patty Hoskin, driven by Ryan Guy. And that's your field in the preferred handicap trot. A very strong field of 6. We're taking a look at 2-1 co-favorite number 3, Emmatown Bud, for Pierre Beauvais. He was a beaten favorite in the most recent edition of this class. He was 8-5, and Emmatown Bud sat the pocket behind Warrawee Exalt most of that mile last Thursday. He finished 3rd. He was closing and not far off the winner, Warrawee Exalt, and place finisher Black Tie Bash last Thursday. With 8 wins this season, Emmatown Bud looking for another. He hasn't taken down the top class here since a nose victory over Warrawee Exalt on June 27th in the preferred handicap. Tammy has some picks up as well for race 4. She's going to the 6 Warrawee Exalt with 5 Black Tie Bash second, 3 Emmatown Bud third, and the 1 Meadow Branch Noble to complete the superfecta. I'm also putting the 6 War We Exalt on top. He became the first trotter to overcome Rideau Carleton Post 7 this meet when he won last Thursday's preferred handicap from that post. He came first over to clear Emmetown Bud on the first turn and was never headed after that on the front end for Ryan Guy. That's the 6 War We Exalt. Currently 5-2, even though that's a much better statistical post position for trotters here than post 7, which he had last time. A winning post position for War We Exalt. 5 Black Tie Bash is 3-1 at the moment. He was co-favorite last Thursday, also going off at 8-5. He was first over from 5th, approaching the second turn here last Thursday. He advanced uncovered into second by 3/4, but was unable to clear Emmetown Bud at that point. The one who intrigues me, 8-1 at the moment, is the 2 Duke La Victoire, who wired 2 other trotters here in a Sunday qualifier. One of them he beat was the Great Emotion. This is the first ever drive by Marie-Claude Auger for Duke La Victoire, who had 4 front-end wins last season, all but one of them in the Rideau Preferred Handicap. This is his first pari-mutuel start since May 19th. The starter has called the trotters for race 4. Last chance to get involved in the middle pick 4, which kicks off here. It looks like the 2 Duke La Victoire is approaching the back fence. He's now been turned around and he's coming back this way. We're just waiting on the Great Emotion and Duke La Victoire to find their way. Windows remain open on race 4 with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 4 wagering. The starter has called the field once again, and now they are approaching in front of the grandstand. 1 is Meadow Branch Noble for Guy Gagnon. 2, Duke La Victoire, Marie-Claude Auger. 3, Emmetown Bud, Pierre Beauvais. 4, The Great Emotion, Pascal Berube. 5, Black Tie Bash for Robert Shepard. 6, War We Exalt, Ryan Guy. They're gradually getting in position on the turn. Meadow Branch Noble and Duke La Victoire spotting rivals, open lengths. War We Exalt timing the gate with Ryan Guy. They're entering the back stretch and they're all tightened up now for the start of race 4 in the Rideau Carleton middle pick 4. They're off and trotting on the run from the rail. Meadow Branch Noble jumps it off, leaving, moving straight to the front. War We Exalt swoops in for Ryan Guy ahead of Duke La Victoire, who now sits the pocket 2 lengths in arrears. On the run from third, that's Emmetown Bud jumping it off, taken wide now by Pierre Beauvais. So a 5-length gap behind Duke La Victoire to next closest Black Tie Bash as the field heads by The quarter well spaced out and led by Warrawee Exalt for Ryan Guy on the point. Keeping up from second, that's Duke La Victoire in the pocket. Then it's a couple of lengths back to third place, Black Tie Bash, followed by the Great Emotion. It's a wider gap, about 8 lengths back to Emmetown Bud, and further back, Meadow Branch Noble out of it at this point after the early break. Single file and well spread out to the half, reached in 57-2 by Warrawee Exalt, who gets some separation now. He's about 3 lengths ahead of next closest, Duke La Victoire, looking to step out from third. That's a first over move now for Robert Shepard and Black Tie Bash on the backstretch. Following that cover, second over from fourth, the Great Emotion. Further back by open lengths, Emmetown Bud second last, and out of it at this point is Meadow Branch Noble, who trails the 3/4, reached in 125 flat. It's a 6-length advantage for Warrawee Exalt at the top of the stretch. Looks like a battle for place today as Ryan Guy guides him down the stretch, and he's all alone on the front end. Warrawee Exalt. Exultant once again in the Rideau Carleton top class. Warrawee Exalt battle on for place. Black Tie Bash gets it ahead of the Great Emotion. Duke La Victoire was fourth, 155 flat. Back-to-back wins for Flyin' Ryan Guy after capturing race 3 with his 88 Fingers Louie. He's right back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle with preferred handicap trot winner in the unofficial race 4 results. It's the 6 Warrawee Exalt, a 5-year-old bay gelding by Royalty for Life out of Noble Peace Prize, owned by trainer Patrick Dillon with Paddy Hoskin of Port Hope, Ontario. Warrawee Exalt was bred by Warrawee Farm of Rockwood, Ontario. Driven to victory by Ryan Guy. That's his 3rd straight preferred handicap win, 155 flat. And another impressive win for Warrawee Exalt. And race 4 results are now official. Congratulations. Six, War We Exalt pays $5.90 to win. The $2 exactor, 6.5, pays $13.30. It's $53.70 for the $1 try, 6.54. $328.50 for the $1 superfecta, 6.542. The race 4 rundown is now posted. 1, Meadow Branch Noble was 6th. 2, Duke La Victoire was 4th. 3, Emmetown Bud was 5th. 4, The Great Emotion closed for show. 3-2 favorite number 5, Black Tie Bash was 2nd. And 6, War We Exalt, the race winner for Ryan Guy. From the top down, your program should read 6:45.321. The fractions were 28 seconds to the opening quarter, 57 and 2 at the half, 125 flat at 3/4, 155 flat, the winning mile for War We Exalt. Race 5 is coming up next with more trotters, non-winners of $40,000 lifetime. Also $25,000 claimers. An important note attached to race 5. There is no pick 3 this race. Our only pick 5 of this 9-race card begins here in race 5. Once again, this is the first leg of the pick 5 today at Rideau Carleton. There's also exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering on race 5. And Tammy's picks are posted. She's going with 4, Ciel Bleu for Guy Gagnon. Over the 1, Eyes of Justice, Jimmy Gagnon. The 3, Charlie Barr for Pierre Beauvais, third, and then the 2, Cleveland Massimo for Robert Shepard to complete the superfecta. 2 of those horses are co-favorites at the moment. The class climbing, Cleveland Massimo from post 2, dominant, a going away winner, 157-3 here last Thursday for the returning Robert Shepard. And for Ciel Bleu, won't have to deal with Match Me If You Can today. She is not in this class. He's been excellent since adding the trotting hobbles in that August 11th qualifier for trainer-driver Guy Gagnon. I see it a little differently than Tammy here in race 5. I think the One Eyes of Justice looks strong. 7-2 at the moment. He and driver Jimmy Gagnon followed Match Me If You Can from a loose pocket last Thursday at Rideau Carleton. He shrugged off the first over bid by Ciel Bleu on the final turn. Neither of them could catch Match Me If You Can, but again, she's not in here. So from the rail, I like Eyes of Justice on top. The 4, Ciel Bleu, would be my second choice. The 2, Cleveland Massimo, is up in class. That's the one drawback I see to him after that very nice win last Thursday. And the 12-1 price on 3, Charlie Bar, is intriguing for a horse with major post and class relief. Post Parade is now approaching the track for race 5, once again, kicking off our Thursday pick 5. The race 5 trotters are on track for Post Parade. Non-winners of $40,000 lifetime. Also eligible, non-winners of $6,000 in their last 5 starts. Also eligible, $25,000 claimers. Allowances for fillies and mares, a purse of $7,800. One is Eyes of Justice, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Two is Cleveland Massimo, owned by trainer Jean-Francois Maguire with Julie Malenfant and Richard Legris. Robert Shepard drives. 3 is Charlie Bar, owned by Nicole Beauvais-Gertner, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. The 8-5 current favorite is 4, Ciel Bleu, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon Incorporé with Gestion Louis La Tulipe Incorporé, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Five, Southwind Russian will parade after the other trotters. Here he is now, the distinctive red hood on 5. Southwind Russian, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. 6 is CrossFit, owned by Gordon McDonald with Christopher Boland, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Pascal Berube. Seven is JD Magic Moon, owned by William Beecham with trainer Gavin Christie, driven by Clark Stacey. Completing this field from post 8, Wish You'd Tell Me, owned by trainer Gerard Vaillancourt, driven by Marie-Claude Auger. That's the field for race 5, kicking off the one and only Pick 5 at Rideau Carleton this Thursday afternoon. There's also exactor, triactor, and superfecta wagering here. No changes. We're taking another look at Ciel Bleu from post 4 here. Very good since the addition of the trotting hopples. He was unable to catch Match Me If You Can last Thursday, and he finished a good third behind Eyes of Justice, who was second to Match Me If You Can. Two wins so far this season. Most recently at a lower Rideau classification on August 22nd. That was a going away victory. 3-2 at the moment. Ciel Bleu still getting lots of attention. Just another reminder, there are only 9 races this afternoon, so we are beginning the Pick 5 coming up in race 5, which will be going behind the gate shortly. We have co-favorites at the moment. The class climbing 2, Cleveland Massimo, coming in off a going away victory, and 4, Ciel Bleu, who was third behind Canada's fastest aged trotting mare on a 5/8 mile track this season. Last Thursday at Rideau Carleton, that was Match Me If You Can, not in this field. 9-2 on my top choice here. The 1, Eyes of Justice for Jimmy Gagnon. A good place finisher that race, closing in the field's fastest last quarter of 28-3. The starter has called the trotters for race 5. And if you'd like to play the Pick 5, this is it. They are lining up right now in front of the grandstand. 1 is Eyes of Justice for Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Cleveland Massimo, Robert Shepard. 3, Charlie Barr, Pierre Beauvais. 4, Ciel Bleu, Guy Gagnon. 5, Southwind Russian, Stéphane Pouliot. 6, CrossFit, Pascal Berube. 7, JD Magic Moon, Clark Stacey. And on the outside is 8, Wish You'd Tell Me for Marie-Claude Auger. They're on the turn. Last to get in position is Southwind Russian. JD Magic Moon also hanging back. They are on the back stretch, ready for the start. They're off and trotting, and some speed from the outside. Wish You'd Tell Me leaving, as is Southwind Russian, timing the gate for Stefan Pouliot. Parking him early, though. Eyes of Justice for Jimmy Gagnon, who has his eyes on the front end here. Second on the outside and advancing, that is Southwind Russian. They're battling to the opening quarter. Further back behind them, showing gate speed and ending up third in the early going. Wish You'd Tell Me. 28-1 to the opening quarter. Eyes of Justice leads the way, keeping a length and a half ahead of next best Southwind Russian. It's 3 back, 2. Wish You'd Tell Me. Followed in fourth by Cleveland Massimo. Fifth is Charlie Barr. Then sixth, and coming first over now, that's Ciel Bleu, looking to follow him. Second over from second last is CrossFit, and trailing JD Magic Moon. They reach the half in 58 flat. They're still led by Eyes of Justice, who keeps ahead by about a length and a half of next best Southwind Russian. And then further back, it's Wish You'd Tell Me on the inside in third, but pushing on into third. First over on the outside now. Cleveland Massimo has marching orders from Robert Shepard. The field is approaching 3/4 now, with Eyes of Justice still there by a length and a half, 126-1. And Southwind Russian not able to make a dent yet in that lead. Let's see if Cleveland Massimo can do it as they bend for home now. Eyes of Justice still in command, closing. Cleveland Massimo has lots of late trot. Southwind Russian trying it up the inside, and they're closing in, but they're not going to catch Eyes of Justice. And Jimmy Gagnon finishing ahead of Cleveland Massimo. Southwind Russian, possibly Ciel Bleu fourth, 155-4. Unofficial results are now posted for race 5. 1, Eyes of Justice, a front-end winner for Jimmy Gagnon. Second was 2, Cleveland Massimo. Third, Southwind Russian. And fourth, as beaten 8-5 favorite, was the 4, Ciel Bleu. Hold all tickets. Results are still unofficial. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial race 5 winner, number 1, Eyes of Justice, a 6-year-old bay gelding by Justice Hall out of Nobody Knows But Me, owned by Limco Incorporated of Chateauguay, Quebec, bred by Écurie Gaétan Bonneau Incorporé of Montreal, Quebec, trained by Vic Putty, driven to victory by Jimmy Gagnon. Confident win in 1:55.4 for Eyes of Justice, his 7th this season, and a new lifetime mark for Eyes of Justice. Congratulations. Race 5 is now official. One, Eyes of Justice pays $5.80 to win. The $2 exactor, 1-2, pays $30.70. It's $60.30 for the triactor, 1-2-5, $1 ticket. The $1 pick 3, $1 ticket, $34.15 for the 2-6-1 combination. It's $49.40 if you had the $1 pick 4 ending here. The 5-2-6-1 pick 4, 4 of 4. The $1 superfecta in race 5 returns $174.55 for the 1-2-5-4 ticket. The race 5 rundown is now on your screens. 1, Eyes of Justice, the race winner for Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Cleveland Massimo, second. 3, Charlie Barr finished 8th. 4, Ciel Bleu was 4th as beaten 8-5 favorite. 5, Southwind Russian was 3rd. 6, CrossFit finished 5th. 7, JD Magic Moon was 6th. And 8, Wish You'd Tell Me, 7th. From the top down, your program should read 1, 2, 8, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7. The fractions were 28 and 1 to the opening quarter, 58 flat to the half, 126 and 1 at 3/4, 155 and 4 the winning mile, and a new lifetime mark for Eyes of Justice. Thanks to Adam Monta, who was doing our trackside interviews on Colville Cup Night 2024 here at Rideau Carleton on Sunday. He did some nice work there, spoke to our 2024 Colville Cup driving champion, Jeff Taylor. Congratulations, Jeff. And Adam sending me a note that Sassy Melissa just won at Woodbine Racetrack, so it was nice of him to mention that there were 2 Sassy Melissas this afternoon in Canadian racing. Thanks, Adam. We're moving on to race 6 here at Rideau Carleton. There's Exactor Triactor, Super High 5, and take note, it's a pick 4 beginning here. In race 6, there were only 9 races on the card this afternoon. So this is a pick 4 kicking off in race 6. No changes. And the favorite is my top selection as well. The 6, Love My Rockin' Bird, 4-5 here for Vic Putty and catch driver Guy Gagnon. He's been very good lately. Just not getting the win. He's been very involved in his races in a way that he hasn't always been. Love My Rockin' Bird, known for his front-end loving ways, and he's been mixing it up a little more with different trips lately. Adding Guy Gagnon might just be the icing on the cake for 6, Love My Rockin' Bird. The post parade is now coming on track for race 6. These pacers are non-winners of $980 per start in their last 10. They race for a purse of $7,000. One is Smiling Billy the Kid, owned by trainer Benoit Ibert, driven by Pascal Berube. 2 is Blue Moose, owned by Taylor Shepard with Nathan Darvaux, trained by Isabelle Darvaux, driven by Robert Shepard. 3 is Moonlight Boy, owned by Stéphane Gagnon, who also trains. Sebastian Turenne is in the sulky. Four is Get Your License Liam, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. 5 is Party Vibes, owned by trainer Eric Lafleur with Pierre and Michel Blais. Marie-Claude Auger drives. Six is current even money favorite, Love My Rockin' Bird, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Guy Gagnon. 7 is Time to Dancing, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. And completing the field from post 8, Stardog for owner, trainer, driver Ryan Guy. That's your field for race 6. No changes here. Exactor, triactor, and super high 5 wagering. Take note once again that because there are only 9 races today, race 6 kicks off the late pick 4, not the pick 5, which began last race. This is your final chance today to play the pick 4 at Rideau Carleton. We're zooming in on the 6-5 favorite, number 6, Love My Rockin' Bird, making his debut for catch driver Guy Gagnon with a quick turnaround. Love My Rockin' Bird was caught 3 wide leaving Sunday. He backed down to 4th and then made a first over move approaching the half. He was gaining on front-end winner Skylar on the last turn and got overtaken in the stretch. Love My Rockin' Bird doesn't have to deal with Skylar, Day Delight, Mythic Gambler, or some other recent winners on his resume. He's been getting checks when facing that group, however, as he is down in class from where he's sometimes been this season. As recently as August 18th, he was part of the Canadian record mile set by Mythic Gambler, finishing 3rd to Mythic Gambler in that 1:50.3 mile at Rideau Carleton, August 18th. That was a Canadian record this season for aged pacing geldings on a 5/8 mile track, and it equaled the divisional record here at Rideau Carleton for the older pacing geldings. So Love My Rockin' Bird being 3rd in that mile. He seems overdue for a win on the class relief that he continues to enjoy today. He's 6-5 right now. My second choice here is the 5, Party Vibes, who's 9-1. He was first off the gate here Sunday, opened up on the front end past the quarter. His lead began evaporating. He got swarmed in the stretch. He's up in class, but it was a good effort. He's also making a quick turnaround. Party Vibes, 10-1 from post 5. At 3-1, Smiling Billy the Kid looks good here as well. He was a beaten 4-5 favorite last start. He got stretched out, making front as Get Your License Liam put him to the test last Thursday. Smiling Billy the Kid cleared to the front on the first turn, but was under pressure by first over 88 Fingers Louie on the backstretch and got stung late by Trion DeVie and Get Your License Liam, who has the 4 here. He's 5-1. However you see it, it's time to play it. The starter has called the field for race 6. Final chance to play the pick 4 this afternoon at Rideau Carleton. 1 is Smiling Billy the Kid for Pascal Berube. 2, Blue Moose, Robert Shepard. 3, Moonlight Boy, Sebastian Turenne. 4, Get Your License Liam, Jimmy Gagnon. 5, Party Vibes, Marie-Claude Auger. 6, Love My Rockin' Bird for Guy Gagnon. 7, Time to Dancing, Stéphane Pouliot. On the outside, 8, Stardog for Ryan Guy. They're lined up and on the turn. They're on the backstretch. They're off and pacing and looking to leave. That is Love My Rockin' Bird fighting back already. Party Vibes also wanting to get involved early. They're 4 wide right away. Get Your License Liam is in the early mix as well, and battling back from the rail, Smiling Billy the Kid. But moving right on to the front is 3 to 5 favorite Love My Rockin' Bird, sitting there for Guy Gagnon now as he crosses past the opening quarter in 27 flat. Sitting the pocket in the early going, Smiling Billy the Kid. It's a length and a half back to third, Get Your License Liam. Fourth is Party Vibes. Fifth, Blue Moose. Sixth, Moonlight Boy, who comes first over now. Seventh is the 7, Time to Dancing. And trailing the field is 8, Star Dog. They are into that second turn now and advancing first over. Moonlight Boy is flushing out Jimmy Gagnon's horse here, and that's Get Your License Liam, who is now first over in third and gaining past the half, reached by Love My Rockin' Bird in 57 and 2. So Love My Rockin' Bird is leading the way, but now to his outside and coming on the backstretch is Get Your License Liam. They're now matching strides. Smiling Billy the Kid sits behind them third, and then moving up into fourth on the inside is Party Vibes. They go by 3/4 in 125 flat, and that's Get Your License Liam still pushing the pace as Love My Rockin' Bird is leading down the stretch. Guy Gagnon asking for more, and the classy veteran digging deep up the inside. Smiling Billy the Kid may have something to say about it. Love My Rockin' Bird, not today. There goes Smiling Billy the Kid for Pascal Berube ahead of Love My Rockin' Bird, and then Get Your License Liam in 154 flat. Unofficial results are now posted for race 6. 1, Smiling Billy the Kid gets the win for Pascal Berube. Over 6, Love My Rockin' Bird, second as beaten 3 to 5 favorite. Third was 4, Get Your License Liam. And fourth was 5, Party Vibes. Hold all tickets. Results are still unofficial. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial race 6 winner, number 1, Smiling Billy the Kid. He's the 6-year-old bay gelding by Better Than Cheddar out of Frown Upside Down. Owned and trained by Benoit Hebert of Papineauville, Quebec. Bred by William Brown of Hanover, Ontario. Driven to victory by the drummer Pascal Berube, his second driving win today. And that's seasonal win number 7 in 154 for Smiling Billy the Kid, now official. Prices are posted. 1 Smiling Billy the Kid returns $9.50 to win. The $2 exactor 1-6 combination pays $25. The $1 try 1-6-4 pays $40.95. The 20-cent super high five pays out on the 1-6-4-5 all combination $24.52. We'll have the rundown for race 6 momentarily. In the meantime, looking ahead to race 7, there's exactor, triactor, and superfacta wagering. Also changed the pick 4 to a pick 3. There were just 9 races today. So a pick 3 beginning in race 7. Here's our race 6 rundown. 1, Smiling Billy the Kid, the race winner for Pascal Berube. 2, Blue Moose finished 8th. 3, Moonlight Boy was 6th. 4, Get Your License Liam was 3rd. 5, Party Vibes was 4th. 6, Love My Rockin' Bird was 2nd, as beaten 3-5 favorite. 7, Time to Dancing was 5th, and 8, Stardog finished 7th. From the top down, your program should read 186-342-57. The fractions were 27 seconds to the opening quarter, 57 and 2 at the half, 125 flat at 3/4, 154 flat the winning mile for Smiling Billy the Kid. If you're late joining us, there are still 3 races left on the card today at Rideau Carleton. Race 7 has that pick 3 I just mentioned. Race 8 has a daily double instead of a pick 3. And then race 9, our last of the day, has a couple of changes in there. The 2 Woodmere Macarena, a judge's scratch retention, and the 3 Wrangler Cash goes from Blind Bridle to Pelling Pacifier. Co-favorites at the moment in race 7 are the 1 Mask of Zorro, 8-5 for Pascal Berube and Benoit Hébert, who made the most of race 6 as well with the rail for Smiling Billy the Kid. They're looking to double up here with Mask of Zorro from the same post. The 6 also getting plenty of attention. He's 8-5 co-favorite. That's Raising Rusty, down in class from the preferred handicap level for trainer-driver Stéphane Pouliot. The post parade is now approaching from the backstretch. And the race 7 trotters are coming out for the post parade. They are non-winners of $2,500 in their last 5 starts, with non-winners of a race this year allowed $600. Also eligible, $12,000 claimers. Also eligible non-winners of $30,000 lifetime. They're racing for a purse of $6,800. Leading the post parade is 1 Mask of Zorro, owned by trainer Benoit Hébert with Eric Lafleur, driven by Pascal Berube. He's the current 3-2 favorite. 2 is Hatikva, owned by Michael and Sam Sergi. Sam Sergi is also the trainer. Robert Shepard drives. As we wait on the 3, Stomper Tom, here comes the 4, Ms. Franny, also owned by Michael and Sam Sergi, trained by Sam, and driven by Marie-Claude Auger. Five is Tattoo Man, owned by Daniel Saint-Jacques, trained by André Lachance and driven by Pierre Beauvais. Six is Raising Rusty, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation. trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Seven is Coltrane DeVee, owned by Julia Ferguson with Lloyd Stone, Sean Vino, and Coral Bailey, trained by Ted McDonald, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. Eight is Monk, owned by Michelle Letarte with Jamie and Jacob Copley and Kimberly Eaton, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Guy Gagnon. And completing this field and moving past the tote board and into the turn, it's 3, Stomper Tom, owned by Wade and Philippe Toussignan, trained by Mike Armstrong, driven by Ryan Guy. The field is all on track. Race 7 coming up next with Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 3 wagering. Race 7 is an interesting one from a handicapping perspective. I see 2 ways to play it. The logical horse, a high confidence choice, is the 1, Mask of Zorro, the current 7-5 favorite. We're getting a closer look at him now. He's got major post relief. He made front off the Rideau gate from post 8 last Thursday. He was under pressure from the first over Cleveland Massimo along the backstretch and finally overtaken on that last turn. Mask of Zorro held on for show, and he's got rail advantage for Pascal Berube a week later. He was a beaten favorite there again, despite post 8. The other way to play it is I have an Ontario Racing spot play selection here in race 7 for those who want a riskier prospect who could be improving at a price. She's 14-1 at the moment, and from post 4 it's Ms. Franny, who made contact with another horse on the first turn here last Thursday. There was a driver objection, and the judges ruled there was not interference. It looked like Ms. Franny herself jumped off stride there. What's encouraging is the driver change here. Marie-Claude Auger taking the lines on Ms. Franny. Auger drove Ms. Franny to an off-the-pace Rideau victory on June 27th at odds of 58-1. This is also the 3rd start Lasix for Ms. Franny. Her 2nd start Lasix, August 29th, was the one where she broke. She was a good show finisher in her first start Lasix here on August 22nd. That was also for Marie-Claude Auger, finishing behind winner Ciel Bleu and runner-up Donatover, neither of whom is in this field. However you see it, this is our last pick 3 of the card kicking off here. And this is your final chance to get involved. It looks like the 4, Ms. Franny, is getting equipment fixed on the backstretch. Marie-Claude Auger is out of the bike. And it looks like the overcheck is undone. And some other adjustments being made to the 4, Ms. Franny on the backstretch. Windows are still open for race 7. Looks like a final adjustment being made on Ms. Franny. Looks like something around the bridle. They will be lining up shortly, so make sure not to get shut out. Once again, this is our last pick 3 of the card. Tammy's picks now on screen. She agrees with Mask of Zorro from the rail, the 9-5 favorite, over Stomper Tom, the 3. Second for show, she's going with the 5, Tattoo Man. And to complete her superfecta, the 7, Coltrane DeVee. Ms. Franny is now on her way back to join the other race 7 trotters. And the starter has called the field for race 7. 1 is Mask of Zorro for Pascal Berube. 2, Hatikva, Robert Shepard. 3, Stomper Tom, Ryan Guy. 4, Ms. Franny, Marie-Claude Auger. 5, Tattoo Man, Pierre Beauvais. 6, Raising Rusty, Stéphane Pouliot. 7, Coltrane DeVee, Jimmy Gagnon. And 8 on the outside is Monk for Guy Gagnon. They're headed into the turn. All lined up except Raising Rusty a few lengths back as they approach the backstretch for the start of race 7. And the trotters are lined up. Joining them now, Raising Rusty. They're off and trotting and surging to an early lead. Stomper Tom sticking his neck out in front, but battling back. Mask of Zorro doesn't want to surrender the lead yet. Here comes a 3-wide early move from Raising Rusty for Stéphane Pouliot. The back class on display as he's a half length in front now. Stomper Tom between horses is going to end up in the pocket as Raising Rusty is trying to get to the front here. He's still caught wide through a opening quarter of 28 flat with a duel going on the front end now. Stomper Tom tough on the inside for Ryan Guy. He's giving the parking ticket to Raising Rusty, who's a neck in front now as they head into the turn. Mask of Zorro sits third, followed by Hatikva, and then it's back to Coltrane DeVee following from 6th. Behind that one, Monk. They head to the half, 56-3, another 28-3. Second panel, it's grueling fractions for Stomper Tom, getting pushed by the first over, Raising Rusty, looking live up the inside. Mask of Zorro is well positioned third, second over, fourth, that's Hatikva, and third over in fifth, Coltrane DeVee, moving up the inside sixth. Tattoo Man is buried between horses now. That's Ms. Franny coming on. They reach 3/4, 1:26-3, gearing up from the back of the field. Monk is wide, and it's anybody's race at this point. Under urging, Raising Rusty is still trying to get past a very tough Stomper Tom, and he's succeeded in that, but coming on late down the stretch, Hatikva, and wider still, here's Ms. Franny. Ms. Franny is going to do it, getting up for Marie-Claude Auger over Hatikva and Raising Rusty, 1:58-3. Unofficial results are now posted for race 7 at odds of 35 to 1. The 4, Ms. Franny, the race winner for Marie-Claude Auger. Over 2, Hatikva. Finishing third was 6, Raising Rusty. And fourth was 5, Tattoo Man at 50 to 1. Results remain unofficial. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton Winners Circle. Unofficial race 7 winner, number 4, Ms. Franny, a 4-year-old bay mare by Southwind Frank out of Ms. Naughty But Nice, owned by Michael and Sam Sergi. I got your name right, from Canton, New York. Sam Sergi, also the trainer of Ms. Franny, a mare who was bred by Denise Dennis and Dolene Farm Services, LLC of Indianapolis, Indiana. The 158-3 victory is now official for driver Marie-Claude Auger and Ms. Franny at odds of 35 to 1. Congratulations. That's also a Sergi exactor and a sizable one. For Ms. Franny, returns $74.80 to win. She's a spot play selection from Ontario Racing. Tips from the pros today. That exactor, the $2 ticket, 4-2, returns $192.20. The $1 try, 426, $1,439.05. The 20-cent pick 4, 6114, 404, returns $1,477.67. The race 7 rundown is now posted. 4 to 5 favorite. Number 1, Mask of Zorro, was 7th. 2, Hatikva was 2nd. 3, Stomper Tom was 8th. 4, Ms. Franny, the race winner at odds of 35 to 1 for Marie-Claude Auger. 5, Tattoo Man was 4th. 6, Raising Rusty held on for show. 7, Coltrane DeVie was 5th. 8, Monk, that is, finished 6th. From the top down, your program should read 7, 2, 8, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6. The fractions were 28 flat to the opening quarter, 56 and 3 to the half, 126 and 3 at 3/4, and 158 and 3 the winning mile for Ms. Franny, a seasonal best. 158 and 3. We're moving on to race 8 with exactor, triactor, and superfacto wagering. Note there is no pick 3 in race 8. It's a daily double. No changes in race 8 other than that. If you are playing the late double once again in race 9, the 2 Woodmere Macarena, a judge's scratch retention, and the 3 Wrangler Cash getting the bridle change from blind to Pelling Pacifier. As we wait for the post parade to come out for race 8, we'll take a look at wagering so far on race 8 at odds of 3 to 5. My top choice as well. The betting public is siding with the 2, Dial Me Up, for Pascal Berube. She just missed in her most recent start here, and she was in against Better Catch Girl, who has post 6 today. Dial Me Up was a beaten favorite, but she's been excellent lately, ever since coming to Rideau Carleton off the claim August 2nd at Grand River. So she's my best bet here. Some others deserve a look too, and we'll get around to that after the post parade. The mares are now coming on track for race 8 post parade. The race 8 pacers are out on track for post parade. They are fillies and mares, non-winners of $4,000 in their last 5 starts, with non-winners of a race in their last 10 allowed $500. Also eligible $18,000 claimers. They compete for a purse of $7,000. One is Lion Shining, owned by Susan Waugh, trained by William Douglas, driven by William Waugh. Two is the current 3 to 5 favorite, Dial Me Up, owned by Gina Bragagnolo with trainer Yves Tessier and Lynn Bragagnolo. Pascal Berube is in the sulky. Three is PJ Dina, owned by James Berry, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Four is Goldie's Rockin', owned by Sylvain Cote with trainer Robert Bernicki, driven by Marie-Claude Auger. Five is Going Yard, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation with Sylvain Bilodeau, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. Completing this field from post 6, Better Catch Girl, owned by a numbered Canadian corporation with trainer Vic Putty, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. And that's your field for race 8, exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late daily double wagering. There's no pick 3 here. Just 2 more races on the Thursday card at Rideau Carleton. There are others who are getting some attention in the win pool as well, but the favorite is still the 2, Dial Me Up. She was a beaten 1-9 favorite on August 15th for Pascal Berube. She settled 5th early in a mile cut by Better Catch Girl. Dial Me Up was first over at the half, battled gamely into the stretch and just missed. The co-favorite at the moment from post 5 is Going Yard, who followed Raptors 1 from second last to the half last Thursday at Rideau Carleton. Going Yard was second over on the backstretch following the cover of Better Catch Girl and was 3 wide for the stretch drive. She closed in the field's fastest last quarter of 29 flat. Better Catch Girl herself is back up to 8-1. She got rolling first over from fourth along the back stretch last Thursday and was out sprinted in the stretch by Going Yard. Tammy agrees with me on Dial Me Up, who looks very good from post 2 here. She likes the 5, Going Yard, for second, followed by the 3, PJ Dina in the show spot, and then the 6, Better Catch Girl, to complete the superfecta in race 8. I actually see it exactly the same. The 3, PJ Dina, 2-1 at the moment. Pocketed up behind 1-5 favorite Raptors 1 here last Thursday for a ground-saving trip. She was covered up by the advancing outer flow as Better Catch Girl got rolling on the backstretch. Starter has called the race 8 Pacers. This is your last chance to wager on the late double or anything else here in our second last of the Thursday card at Rideau Carleton. The mares are lining up. 1 is Lion Shining for William Waugh. 2, Dial Me Up, Pascal Berube. 3, PJ Dina for Guy Gagnon. 4, Goldie's Rockin', Marie-Claude Auger. 5, Going Yard, Stéphane Pouliot. And 6, Better Catch Girl for Jimmy Gagnon. Lion Shining, the last to line up as the mares are on the turn, approaching the backstretch and the start of race 8. They're quickly approaching the start. They're off and pacing, and 4 of them are leaving. Lion Shining for William Waugh in command and battling for second at the moment. Dial Me Up on the inside. PJ Dina on the outside, who's now going to shuffle back into third along the pylon. She's followed by Better Catch Girl fourth, and further back in the early going, it's Going Yard, and the trailer at this point is Goldie's Rockin'. They went by that opening quarter, led by Lion Shining with a 4-length advantage. The teletimer probably a little inaccurate there. Lion Shining leading quickly over Dial Me Up into that second turn. PJ Dina is next in line, following from third. Then it is a gap back to fourth place. Better Catch Girl. They went by the half with an undisclosed time there. Lion Shining just loving the front end tonight for William Waugh. She's out there by about 2 lengths over next best, Dial Me Up. And here comes a first over move from third. PJ Dina getting flushed out and moving up fourth on the inside. Better Catch Girl second over in fifth. That's Going Yard. And at the back of the field, Goldie's Rockin', yet to be a factor this race. Lion Shining trying to bottom out the field on the front end as they turn for home with an undisclosed time at 3/4. Here comes Dial Me Up, gearing up for the stretch drive. Pascal Berube asking her to move on, and she does. That's Dial Me Up. Very close to the wire, though, finishing second on the inside. Better Catch Girl. We'll have to watch for the show photo and watch for the final fractions on that mile. Unofficial results are posted for race 8. Even money favorite 2, Dial Me Up, the race winner for Pascal Berube over the 6. Better Catch Girl, second. Third was the 1, Lion Shining. Fourth, 4, Goldie's Rockin', coming on late. We'll have correct fractions for you momentarily. We do not have a time for the opening quarter. The other times displayed on the digital infield tote board are correct for race 8. 1:54 and 2, the winning mile for the 2, Dial Me Up. The 2:08 and 3 displayed in the graphics is the result of a teletimer malfunction. Dial Me Up actually a 1:54 and 2 winner. Race 8 is now official, and coming back to have her picture taken. Official race 8 winner, number 2, Dial Me Up, a 5-year-old bay mare by Vertical Horizon out of Dial Romance, owned by Gina Bragagnolo and trainer Yves Tessier of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, with Lynn Bragagnolo of Carp, Ontario. Dial Me Up was bred by James Rhodes of Alberta, trained by Yves Tessier, driven by Pascal Berube, and she just misses equaling her lifetime mark. Lots of happiness in the winner's circle. Great to see. Dial Me Up, a winning even money favorite in race 8. Prices are now posted for race 8. 2, Dial Me Up, returns $4.10 to win. The $2 exactor, 2-6, pays $18. The $1 try, 261, returns $29.40. The $1 superfecta, 2614, pays $235.80. The race 8 rundown is now on your screens. 1, Lion Shining, finished 3rd. 2, Dial Me Up, the winning even money favorite for Pascal Berube. 3, PJ Dina was 5th. 4, Goldie's Rockin', 4th. 5, Going Yard was 6th. And 6, Better Catch Girl was 2nd by a head. From the top down, your program should read 315462. The fractions are incomplete. They were not displayed during the race due to a teletimer malfunction. We do not have a time for the opening quarter. The half was reached in 56 and 1, 3 quarters 124 and 3, and the winning mile 154 and 2 for Dial Me Up. It should also be noted that was the 3rd driving win of the day for Pascal Berube in race 8 with Dial Me Up. Just one more race left on this perfect Thursday early evening of live racing from the nation's capital. Race 9 coming up. The second leg of the late double has exactor, triactor, and super high five wagering. The 2 Woodmere Macarena, a judge's scratch, retention, and 3 Wrangler Cash, getting that bridle change from blind to Pelling Pacifier. Pascal Berube has the hot hands, and Wrangler Cash, 16 to 1, suddenly looks quite appealing from post 3. The favorite at the moment, 4 to 5, the price. For the 4, the dog in the fight. Trained and driven by Guy Gagnon and making a quick turnaround. The dog in the fight was one of the horses participating in the 2024 Colville Cup races here on Sunday night. He finished 5th for Josh Miller. Personally, I'm looking to the rail, Always Your Way, 2 to 1 at the moment for trainer Jamie Johnson, driver Jimmy Gagnon. Always Your Way has a real affinity for inside posts. He hasn't gotten any since August 4th. And the last time he had the inside post, July 28th, he was a winner for Jimmy Gagnon. Tammy agrees. Tammy also going with Always Your Way on top. She's putting Jim's Big Thrill, the 7, second. For 3rd, the 3, Wrangler Cash. And 4th in her ticket here, the 4, the dog in the fight. There is a high 5 here, so anyone playing this race looking for a superfecta might be a little disappointed, but you can take Tammy's picks and add your choice for 5th if that's how you see it. The Pacers are now approaching from the Rideau backstretch for the race 9 post parade. And the post parade is on track for race 9. These Pacers are $8,500 claimers, also eligible non-winners of $100 this year. They race for a purse of $5,200. There has been a claim entered on 7, Jim's Big Thrill in race 9. 1 is Always Your Way, owned by Jamie and Sonia Johnson, trained by Jamie Johnson, driven by Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Woodmere Macarena, is a judge's scratch retention. 3 is Wrangler Cash, owned by trainer Alain Martin, driven by Pascal Berube. Note the equipment change on the 3, going from blind to Pelling pacifier. The current even money favorite is the 4, The Dog in the Fight, owned by Jess Dion, Louis La Tulipe Incorporé, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. Five is Shadow Margot, owned, trained, and driven by Ryan Guy. Six is Officer Jones, owned by Limco Incorporated, trained by Vic Putty, driven by Antonio Vecchio. 7 is Jim's Big Thrill, owned by trainer Brian Scott, driven by Robert Shepard. 1 claim has been entered on the 7, Jim's Big Thrill. And completing this field from post 8, Giddy Up Max, owned by David Shea, trained by Vic Putty, driven by William Waugh. That's the race 9 field, exactor triactor, and super high 5 wagering. Second leg of the late double, and our last race of this Thursday afternoon card. Into the early evening, perfect harness racing conditions. The Dog in the Fight has been taking money ever since the windows opened for race 9. He gets some post relief here. He was parked on the first turn Sunday in Coville Cup competition at Rideau Carleton. He retreated to 5th along the pylons, was caught inside on the backstretch, but held on for 5th. It's a quick turnaround for the Dog in the Fight with his trainer in the bike, Guy Gagnon. The 1, Always Your Way, is 5-2 at the moment. He gets massive post relief, as mentioned, for his regular driver, Jimmy Gagnon. 3 of his 4 wins this year were from the Rideau Rail for Jimmy Gagnon. Always Your Way advanced first over on the backstretch here Sunday. He flushed out and then gapped excess cover, trying to hunt down winner Beef and Cheddar that race. That's the 1, Always Your Way, my top selection, and Tammy's. The 7, Jim's Big Thrill, pocketed up behind Beef and Cheddar, a front-end winner here Sunday. He made a first over move on the final turn and held on for place, but the post hurts the 7, Jim's Big Thrill, who has a claim entered here. And keep in mind the 3, Wrangler Cash, wired here August 11th for Guy Gagnon. Of course, he's driving his own trainee here, the 4, The Dog in the Fight, but Pascal Berube aboard that 12-1 shot, who gets an equipment change, a bridle change here, Wrangler Cash from post 3. And the starter has called the field for race 9, keeping the tradition established by John McMillan. It's the Robbie D'Alessandro pace. And the field is lining up now in front of the Rideau Grandstand. 1 is Always Your Way, Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Woodmere Macarena is scratched. 3 is Wrangler Cash for Pascal Berube. 4, The Dog in the Fight, Guy Gagnon. 5, Shadow Margot for Ryan Guy. 6, Officer Jones, Antonio Vecchio. 7, Jim's Big Thrill, Robert Shepard. And on the outside is 8, Giddy Up Max for William Waugh. They're all lined up on the turn and headed into the backstretch for the last of this card. Thanks very much to all the horse players supporting the live racing here at Rideau Carleton. They're approaching the start. They're off and pacing. That's Wrangler Cash leaving for Pascal Berube. He's the early leader. Gate speed coming from the outside. That's Jim's Big Thrill coming on. He's going to backpedal to sit third behind Always Your Way for Robert Shepard. Following that one from single file fourth is the 4, the dog in the fight. And then it's Shadow Margot, the veteran, sitting fifth early, just ahead of Officer Jones as the field goes past the quarter in 27-1 in single file procession, led by 17-1 Wrangler Cash as Pascal Berube goes for a fourth possible victory here with the front end trip. Sitting the pocket though, Always Your Way, first over now from third. That's Jim's Big Thrill following the cover, second over from fifth. The dog in the fight is just outside of Shadow Margot, who moves up the cones into fourth. Third over from second last, Officer Jones is underway and caught in at the back of the field. Giddy Up Max, they went by the half in 56-3, and Wrangler Cash still keeping ahead by a length of next best, Always Your Way, who is going to have to leave the pocket soon to have a shot at this leader. Still parked out there, and a nose ahead in third is Jim's Big Thrill. He's battling hard against the pocket, or the third defending Shadow Margot, who moved up the inside. 3/4 was reached in 1:24-4, and coming for home, Jim's Big Thrill circles. Actually, that's Always Your Way. My bad. There's Always Your Way opening up. Always Your Way by 3 for Jimmy Gagnon, finishing ahead of the dog in the fight, Jim's Big Thrill, and then Giddy Up Max up for fourth in 1:54-2. Unofficial results are now posted for race 9. 1, Always Your Way, the race winner for Jimmy Gagnon. Second, as beaten favorite, number 4, the dog in the fight. Finishing third, 7, Jim's Big Thrill. Closing for fourth was the 8, Giddy Up Max. And completing the high 5 was the 5, Shadow Margot. Hold all tickets. Results are still unofficial. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle. Unofficial race 9 winner, number 1, Always Your Way. An 11-year-old bay gelding by Always a Virgin out of Penny Arcade, owned by trainer Jamie Johnson with Sonia Johnson of Edwards, Ontario. Always Your Way was bred by Bluestone Farms, LLC of Hopewell, New Jersey. Driven to Victory by Jimmy Gagnon. It's the 5th win of the year and a seasonal best, 154-2 for Always Your Way. Congratulations. Race 9 is now official. One, Always Your Way, pays $4.70 to win. The $2 exactor, 1-4, pays $13.40. The $1 pick 3 ending here, 3 of 3, 421, pays $226.15. The $1 pick 4, $769.70 if you had 4 of 4, 1, 4, 2, 1 is the winning combination for the pick 4. 4 of 4 was hit. In the 20-cent version, it pays $153 and change. The $1 triactor, 147, pays $12.20. The $2 late double, 2-1, returns $10.70. We have a carryover in the $1 pick 5 of $798.15. The 20-cent Super High Five was hit. It pays $56.26 for the 14785 20-cent Super High Five ticket. And Jim's Big Thrill was claimed for $8,500 and moves to owner Jamie Copley with Kimberly Eaton, Darren Tingley, and Dwayne Tingley, all co-owners now on Jim's Big Thrill, and the new trainer, Mandy Archer. The race 9 rundown is now posted. 1, Always Your Way, the race winner for Jimmy Gagnon. 2, Woodmere Macarena was the judge's scratch. 3, Wrangler Cash finished 7th. 4 to 5 favorite number 4, the dog in the fight, was 2nd. 5, Shadow Margot was 5th. 6, Officer Jones was 6th. 7, Jim's Big Thrill was 3rd. And 8, Giddy Up Max, 4th. From the top down, your program should read 1 scratch, 7, 2, 5, 6, 3, 4. The fractions were 27 and 1 to the opening quarter, 56 and 3 at the half, 124 and 4 at 3/4, and 154 and 2 the winning mile in a seasonal best for Always Your Way. That concludes our Thursday card. Thanks again for joining us online or at the track or your favorite OTB. We hope you'll join us again on Sunday, September 8th, 6:30 p.m. post time. Today's handle, $141,034. And we are going to have a carryover for our next Pick 5. So stay tuned, and if you're in the area, it's a $700 jackpot Saturday night on track in the Simulcast Lounge, free to play, Tammy Forgie's on track handicapping contest. Thanks again. I'll be back with you Sunday night.